Hello ladies and gentlemen, and today we are going to be checking out the Male Maelstrom pack. It is 5,500 credits, which is quite a bit, but let's take a look and see what we have. We have a 25% chance of getting a Valhalla, 75% chance of getting Maelstrom, so you're guaranteed one of those two. There's also an additional 2 cards that have a 20% chance of being Maelstrom, 25% chance of being Meyer, and we don't really care about SummerSlam 21 or Forged. So we've got a 45% chance there, we've got that twice. And then lastly, we get a support, which can either be, it's an 80% chance of being a Maelstrom, but there's that 20% chance of getting a Valhalla. Now, 5,500 credits is quite a lot. To show the cost in UK, 7,000 credits is £45, well, £44.49. So really 5,000 is about 30, 35, somewhere between there. So don't really want to go spend this kind of money a lot, but because it's a new season and just to try it out and test my luck, see if we can't get a lovely little Valhalla or even a Maelstrom Pro, that would be very, very cool as well. Or maybe even get a couple of Maelstroms, that would also be cool. So let us check it out. 5,005 credits. Done. Okay, there's a Nash Carter. Is that one right at the bottom there? Is that a Valhalla card? I really hope it is. There we go. There is Valhalla the Berserker. Oh my goodness. That is our first Valhalla card. And what a perfect Valhalla card for it to be. The Berserker himself. Obviously one of the most legendary wrestlers in history. If you ask someone that doesn't know very much about wrestling. But yes, there we go. There is the Berserker. Definitely up there with the top worst gimmicks in wrestling history. Well, it's a Valhalla card, so I'm not complaining. I'm very, very happy with that. Next up, we have a Maelstrom manager, Robert Stone, which gives the power, well, gives the speed and charisma to your entire deck. And that a Maelstrom one is actually pretty cool. Currently I'm using a Meyer Paul Heyman, so that is an upgrade. And lastly we have another Meyer card. It is Robert Roode. So for my 5,500 credits we did indeed get a Valhalla. We got a Maelstrom support and we got 2 Meyer cards. I think that's pretty good actually. I mean, considering what was offered, yeah, I think we got relatively lucky there. So let us look at the percentages. New card discovered, yes, of course. So we hit the 25% chance here to get the Valhalla. We got the 25% chances here to get the 2 mirrors, rather than the Forged or the SummerSlam 21s, which we wouldn't have got. And we got the 80% chance of the Maelstrom support. But it gave us a manager, which is really cool, because I think this can give you any kind of support. So to get a Maelstrom manager is pretty strong. So I think I am fairly happy with that. I think that will go towards making my deck quite a bit better. And wow. Oh, this is the recent cards. For a second there, I thought Berserker was actually way up there with some of the other ones. But yes, there we see the previous Robert Stone, which is no longer required because we now have this one. And one of the cool things, if you haven't seen this before, is you can swap the image over to whatever one you want. And if they've even had a wrestler, then you can actually swap it over to that as well. So I thought that was a pretty cool new addition, because obviously he only has the one image for the sport, but he was available as a biomechanical, as a wrestler for a brief time. So that is quite cool to see. And there is our new Paul Heyman. I love the image that they've got for the Advocate Paul Heyman now. So, you know what? I'm going to unclick this one because it's not needed, because we have a better one. And then we can use that to trade in something else. Let's look at big old Berserker here. He has, he has 3 artworks, my goodness. What do we think is the best artwork? I think he definitely needs his sword and shield. No, I think we're going to go with the Valhalla image. I think that's the best image that we have for him. Can we train him up? Let's see if I can just do this on camera. Right, let's get rid of these for a start. There he is at level 42, but can we do better? Let us look at... Well, actually, what we'll do is we'll go into Deck Editor and we will start using these autofills. We'll do autofill here as well. And in the Elimination Chamber, you can see that everything's all just entirely changing because I've went ahead and got a whole bunch of new cards, which has increased everything. And that one was already done. Oh good, I reached Maelstrom on Ring Domination. Maelstrom Plus even, wow. This Yokozuna is really putting in the work. Last Man Standing is already autofilled. Giants is already autofilled. Giants are already autofilled. Clash. War Games. Women's War Games. Codebreaker. And Women's Codebreaker. Right, so what we're looking for now is we're going to improve, we're going to train. We look at male wrestlers. SummerSlam 21. And we look for the ones that aren't in any decks anymore, because those are the ones that aren't, like my Fortified 1, Rob Van Dam and Adam Cole are no longer used in any decks. Neither is Jeff Hardy. Really quite surprising. Kyle O'Reilly. These ones I'm going to keep because they're event cards, so I don't really want to go to getting rid of those. But we do have a Kyle O'Reilly that we can get rid of. And Jeff Hardy. I quite like my Adam Cole because he's not in WWE anymore, because he's in AEW. And I've always been a fan of Adam Cole. And the Rob Van Dam is still pretty strong, so I mean, if we get a Fortified 2 of him, he might go in to some other decks. You know, he might replace that Roman Reigns, or even if Roman Reigns ever loses the title and he doesn't have that little bit up there in the corner, he might lower down a little bit. So I'm going to keep the RVD for just now, and I'm going to keep the Adam Cole simply because I like him. So we can now train and go into Unlocked, and let's get rid of the Kyle O'Reilly since Jeff Hardy is stronger. That puts him up to level 88. I was hoping for a bit more, but okay, let's get rid of our Jeff Hardy as well then. And we've now reached Maelstrom Plus. Very cool. And there you see that our Valhalla Berserker, without any matches won, without any equipment, has over 13 million across the board. Well, the power and toughness are obviously his thing, like 13.4, 13.5. Then speed and charisma, a little bit lower. But that is pretty strong. You can see there that he's already stronger than the Pro Meyer Miz, which is pretty cool. He also tags nicely with big Yokozuna over here. So, that's interesting to say the least. And we need to train up this Robert Stone. So, Robert Stone currently says 185.5 to speed and charisma, and our Meyer Paul Heyman is 266.2 to power and toughness, but he's at level 100, and I'm sure that once we get Robert Stone up, then that will increase quite a bit as well. Now, the interesting thing about these is, notice that they have the stars there. So that means that you can actually pro these. So even if you get a better one of these, don't get rid of it, just in case you get a pro. And then maybe you can fortify it up as well, make it even stronger. So just a warning for anyone that's, that if you get, say you get a Valhalla Robert Stone, don't get rid of your Maelstrom Robert Stone just yet, because you might be able to get a pro and actually make it stronger than what your Valhalla one is. So that is going to be it for this video, folks. We have a Valhalla Berserker. In fact, actually, we're going to just go into Wild, Edit Deck, and we're going to swap over and put in Berserker, and there you can see him with his lovely little cloudy background. So, if you want to talk to me, you can find me in the Discord in the description below. Leave a comment for a chance at winning a £100 prize, and if you enjoyed it, please give us a like, share and subscribe, and we will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.